another one.
What's the difference between learning courses on Udemy alone versus having someone like you, Tech Coach Ralph, to guide while going through those courses? So the difference is, all right, let me start the timer, right? But the difference is that when you're going through it alone, although those courses will have like some of them have Discord groups that you can join, and you can have like you can reach out to people. You don't know any of the people that and now if you get stuck, I think it's harder to get one-on-one assistance with just going through the course alone, unless you have coded before, unless you know how to research. But if you're new, right? So I'll give an example with Nini Stone, who did the manual testing but wants to get into automation. But let's say they start with Python and they get stuck. And now they post a question in, like, let's say the Udemy question and answer thing. And now they don't get a response right away. Or if they do get a response, they don't understand the response. You're going back and forth between like messages. Or if you go into the Discord of the course and you ask a question in there, it's kind of like the same thing, that you're going to be waiting for an answer and going back and forth. And like I'm just gonna suppose and assume that it might be pretty hard to get somebody to jump on a call with you. When you have somebody who is working with you one-on-one, who's guiding you through the course, what I do is I'll say I have different strategies. Like some of my tech barbarians might be a bit of a knucklehead.
I'm a knucklehead at times.
But I'm like, all right, so I need you to take this course, and you need to be like in this sprint, you need to have this section done of this course, right? And then I might have you present on what you learned, show what you did, show your code, things like that. So that's one strategy. Another thing that I do is, if somebody is stuck on a concept, on a syntax, I will jump on a call with them and say, all right, let's figure it out together. You can ask Alexis. Like, we've been on calls for like an hour and a half trying to going through Playwright, going through how to automate, things like that. Depending on what the person's needs are, that's where I'm going to meet them at. So I've had calls like the past couple of weekends where we're trying to work through Microsoft Azure for people who are interested in DevOps and things like that. It's like, so having somebody who has done it for 20 years, who knows how to navigate the industry, who knows how to what the trends are, who knows what's important to focus on, because they're going to give you the courses are going to give you just overall general knowledge, right? But they don't know what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, and what's the best way to accomplish it. So when you have somebody work with one-on-one, they get to know you. They know they can see what your weaknesses are, what you need to focus on. Also, something that I do is for me, although you might be taking this one particular course, right? So let's take Telltale, for example. Let's say Telltale is taking a Python course, but for me, if he's only going through Python and nothing else, he's gonna miss out on some things. So I'm like, all right, so we need to start at least integrating using GitHub, using Git and GitHub into, you don't have to be an expert in it, but you need to be able to start to at least push stuff to GitHub, pull stuff from GitHub, create a branch, things like that. You're interested in cloud engineering. Okay, well, let's start using some small parts of Docker. That way you can use Docker to start something. So starting to integrate little other aspects of things that you need to learn in what you're looking to do. So that is a difference when I'm working with somebody one-on-one versus if they're just like, I'm going to take a Udemy course for Python. I'm going to take a Udemy course for DevOps. I'm going to take a Udemy course for mobile development, whatever the case is, for QA, right? All those things become very, very segmented. Where do they come together? How do they come together? How are you going to apply it in a work environment? I go through all those different things, and I simulate where we have our sprints. We're using Jira, which is like what most companies use is Jira. One of my tech barbarians said, "Oh, you know what? Like at our company, we're using Asana for some stuff, and I'm not too familiar with it." I'm like, "Okay, well, right there in our Scrum night, I'm like, I created a story, said, okay, well, I need you to do something in Asana, and I need you to present on it in our next sprint review." Right? So finding out like what the challenges are, and then building that into their workflow and their pipeline, so that when you're in the work environment, when you're trying to figure something out, it's not just going to be, I need to write this code. It's going to be, well, I need to test this. I need to write this code. I need to update these stories. I need to create this defect, and just bring it all together so that you can start working now, so that once you actually get on the job, it's not going to be all foreign to you, because you already built that experience. You put the reps in. You went to practice. You went to practice, so that once you're in the game, you can perform and not. Work is the only place that we don't practice for. We just want to show up and think we're going to be great. No, you have to, the same way you practice for everything else, whether for sports, whether for being a musician, whether for whatever it is that you do, right? Work is just another thing that you need to be prepared for, right? So, great question, your car. Really, really appreciate the question. Let's wrap that one up.
Every step I took alone, built a kingdom all my own. No more shadows pulling strings. I am light, I am wings.
I walked away, no chains to bind. I left the past, I cleared my mind. The road was rough, the skies were gray, but I broke free, I found my way.
I walked away, I broke the chain, left behind their endless rain. Tried my best to make it fit, but their world wasn't it. Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I tried my best, I gave my all, but their world was too small. They couldn't see beyond their walls, so I chose to rise, not let myself fall.
Saw their ways a hollow sound. No real love was ever found. Left them there where they belong. Now my heart beats twice as strong.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Their whispers fade like distant songs. I found my voice where I belong. No anchors now, no shadows stay. I face the sun, a brighter day.
They wanted walls, I wanted skies. I couldn't live their tangled lies. Now I'm soaring, winds at play, dancing light in every way.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I'm free, I'm running wild. like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe. I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe.